Hey guys, welcome back. Maris here, and today look what we have. We have Phoenix Point, but not only this one. We are going away from here. Look what we have here. Oh yeah. We have finally balanced patch notes, and I'm gonna quickly introduce. There's some interesting point and some kind of boring point, but anyways, people are doing something to improve our experience, and well, that's awesome. So let's see. The sneaky snapshot games released their patch note late evening, and I'm just today making the patch notes video, so you sneaky. Anyhow, let's jump to the patch notes and I will go quickly through, and oh boy, there is already a lot of bashing and complaining about, but I'm not so sure it's valid, so they are trying actually something. How good, that's another question. But let's start with the main thing. This is a patch notes. You don't care about the numbers, but the released balance update is called Leviathan. It's like Leviathan, you know. Anyhow, it was released on 4th of March, and as you can see, there is also in the same time stores hit the Blood and Titanium DLC. But these patch notes I'm going through is, as they mentioned, the patch rolls out across the base game and is not part of, nor does require, Blood and Titanium. So it is for everyone, and Blood and Titanium is something separately. I haven't seen what's in the DLC yet, but hopefully I will. Yeah, the patch notes for Blood and Titanium, because currently there was just a vague description about Blood and Titanium. And that's the DLC everyone knew about. It was already when the game released. They mentioned that it was titled everywhere that it is coming somewhere later. Alright, besides that, there are main categories. So we are talking about armor changes and acid. Yeah, somehow it's, yeah, because acid eats armor anyhow. The acid application now works like poison. The acid damage subtracts from armor each turn, and then amount of damage is reduced by 10. So our acid is working how it should. It's not only 10 eating up the armor and health 10 every round on every part, but there is some amount, so that is adjusted. They are mentioning here. Readjusted acid values on different items to match the new damage application. So you need to be aware, there's for every acid weapon there's amount of acid you can apply. Let's say 50, then 50 will be taken away first from armor, then from health. So absolutely amazing, similar as poison, just poison ignores and bypasses armor, where acid eats it all. So I am pretty excited about this one. So shred on weapons is increased across the board, with notable mentions on assault rifles having base shred of 1, so that they no longer ineffective against armor. So let me just stop you here. They reduced the burst count as well, so the burst is somewhere in between 3, 4, something like that. 4, so you can shred 1 armor like 4 armor when they have like 40. It's insane to mention like that, but anyhow, I'll keep silent for a moment. And grenades now will have 10 shred up from 3. So grenades finally will have some use. So far they were just absolutely useless, to be honest. There was no point to throw a grenade if you had equipped anything better, shredding weapons, any other ability. Yeah. Anyhow, shred for Pandorans is not increased, but this change will affect human enemies. So we will expect all this mostly. There are some patch notes I already checked, some other changes for Pandorans. So now it comes to I call it boring part, because I will not go through it, but as you can see, there's grenades, Odin's, Purification, Ares, Hell, Goliath, Gemini, Bulldog, Defender, Deceptor, Fury. All of them, as you can see, had some absolutely ridiculous amount of shred. 3, now 10. Adding 5, adding 1 was 10, now it's 20. So overall, the weapons that didn't had any shred, for example, the same VDM the defender, anyhow, the bulldog, that's absolutely ridiculous assault rifle, they have one shred, which is a little, but everything else I will not complain, because for example you have Goliath. Let's take the same Hell Cannon. Hell Cannon literally has doubled now shredding, and as you can see now it's increased to 20 when you use the adrenaline rush, not adrenaline rush, the crazy heavy, when you shoot 5 times, so you can shred absolutely 100. That's a lot. The Thor from 6 to 20, it's more than double. It's almost 2.5 times more. So you see a lot of them have really basically. So my point here is every weapon, every ability now will have the shred. Kind of feels like you get the shred, you get the shred, you get the shred, everyone get the shred, you know. But not only that, I can keep naming. The Archangel has, Destiny now has increased, Ragnarok increased shredding, Dragon Tooth, I honestly, that's a melee weapon, I think. Damage increased, yeah, that's, as you can see, the damage increases. So a lot of changes. So basically now every single weapon you need to check once again. Maybe it's super amazing, maybe it's just a little bit improved. And okay, I will keep reading, fine, because we have a change from 50 to 20. That's acid grenade. So previously it was 50, so 5 applications. Now it has only 20. But for every part, I assume that it will be affected. Okay, now we have added shredding for Nargol's Wrath, Redeemer, and Subjector. Anyhow, the viral weapons now will have increased viral damage. So now it might be a chance someone will equip them, because previously it was no way they stand up compared to other rifles. Added shredding to Deimos. Paralysis also is increased from 5 to 7, so pretty nice. I see the Athena, that's the most popular sniper rifle to capture anyone, everyone. So it's increased from 15 to 20. This is absolutely, I need to mention, because I captured basically every huge living being with Athena equipped on someone who's where other specialty is heavy. So I can shoot 5 times, so 5 times 20. That's pretty a lot of paralyze per one move, which is absolutely amazing. Yet Urgant MG shredding changed from 2 to 3. Okay, small improvement. And Venom Torso arm mutation changed damage from 30 to 40 and changed poisonous from 40 to 50. The really ridiculous part about it, this Venom, my main problem with the weapon was the range. The range was literal like 2 lips. I couldn't shoot across the hall or something. So thank you for increased damage and poisonous damage, but I don't think anyone will pick up the torso, because then you can use just one-handed weapons anyhow. So a lot of changes regarding shredding. So now you can expect basically every single weapon to shred something and do a little bit more damage, a few of them. So let's move on, because there are more, of course, more things. So evolution system. The evolution system progression was advancing too rapidly from tactical battles and less from the time. So the more you fight, the faster they develop. So the faster you will encounter enemies that are way too superior against your soldiers. We are changing this to be weighted more towards the time component, making the whole progression a bit smoother. So I expect a little bit further, evened out. We are adding a difficulty component to evolution progression, effectively slowing down Pandoran evolution, encountering elite units. I'm not quite sure which are elite units, for easier difficulties. So on hard difficulties, you will expect something similar you had. but at least now it is more timed manner, at least the evolution system. So evolution system, I'm not quite sure what they are thinking about the elite units, Chirons, Skilla. These are not the problem. The problem is really heavily armored, the same Crabmans and then Tritons. All right, we'll see. But basically you need to start the game again from the scratch to actually experience it, because if you now load some endgame, all the effects should be all the same. I'm just increased. All right, anyway, ODI. So that's the matter that shows how bad situation is in the world. We have changed the ODI to increase the pressure on higher difficulties. So this is my biggest issue with the game overall. So let's check with what we have: easy, normal, hard, and very hard. So the game should end in, for easy, 6 months, normal 5 months, hard 4 months, very hard 3 months. And let me just quickly capture why I don't like it. So the game is not built to last. The game, literally whatever difficulty you pick, it is meant to end at some point, which means the system, the ODI, the game, the evolution, whatnot, is kind of keeping you under the pressure all the freaking time. There's no way you can get stabilized moment on the world without progressing and winning the game, which is a bit, I don't like when games does that. But I know that's normal, that's expected. To game last for some moment and then you end it. So dynamic difficulty is the next point. Next point you have, they changed the way missions succeed, fail is evaluated. So they changed, we have no clue in which favor. So they changed the expected outcome in favor of player. So these changes meant that player performance during missions will need to be higher, fewer casualties, for a difficulty to increase. So let's recapture it. So players need to play better with fewer casualties for a difficulty to increase. So literally for me it means I have not a single soldier died under my command. None. Zero. Which means I'm playing kind of, that's on easy, that's on absolutely easy difficulty. So that's super awesome, and it means it will increase my difficulty. So, and the previous point mentioned that our mission performance will increase the difficulty less, and it will be more on timely manner. So okay, I'm still kind of screwed, I understand. And they also changed the effect on dynamic difficulty based on game difficulties. On easy it will be much more forgiving. So they aren't forgiving me, but not on heavy difficulties. And on heavy a lot of words, and there's just one way to check it out: play it and see if that actually changed. Because I know there are people who played on very hard difficulty and they're like, hey, it's not that hard, and there are people being absolutely destroyed on easy. That's what I know. All right, training and soldier progression. This is something cool. Bear with me. So soldiers will gain fewer skill points when they level up from 20 down to 20 from 50, which is absolutely too little. Remember, whenever you leveled up, you had 50 points. 50 points, a lot. Now you will have only 20. Which means you have a really small increase the points from the level up, but you will gain 10 soldier points for every successful mission, which is absolutely, which means if your players, your soldiers are stationed in a base, they got nothing. They, even when they are leveled up fully, they have really little points. So which means you need to go out and fight. And remember, if you fight good, the difficulty increases. Alright. This will make soldier leveling solely with training facilities less efficient than battle experienced soldiers, which is, I hate this part. This is part absolutely ridiculous, and I will tell you why. Previously, when you level up to level 7, you 7 times 5, you had 350 points, right? Just bear with me. 350. Now you have only 20 points. 20 times 7, you have 140. It's less than half of it, obviously. So let me just do the quick calculations. 350 minus 140, 210, which means that soldier needs to be in 21 mission to have exact same amount of experience you previously had just by leveling up. 21 mission, in my opinion, is fucked on a lot. Remember, you can't play this game with just one squad. You have at least, I'd say at the end game, 3-4 squads. All those squads, they must be in 21 mission to be exact same soldier point that previously we just had by leveling. 20 times 5 hours, so you have as minimum 80 missions just to have what we had before. If that's not a downgrade to just slap players in the face, I don't know. There is a bright side. The bright side is the one point. Now I'm complaining already, but the last point. Soldiers will continue to receive soldier points even at maxed level, making maxing out soldiers possible. It will still take a lot of missions to do so. Oh, you don't say. I remember I calculated how much soldier points you need to absolutely max out 2 class soldier. With all the amount was just insane. And if you have 10 soldier points by every mission, it's literally impossible. Of course it's possible, and some crazy guys will do it, absolutely. And then let me remind you, on very hard, the game should end in 3 months. You will be forced. So the question is, let's say you play on normal, 5 months. How much fight, how much soldier teams you can level up, and at what level in 5 months? That's actually an interesting question. Or in hard for 4 months, which means then the game will literally push you to finish it. These are all thrown at us now. We need to test it out to see if that's even possible, or we will end up with soldiers never ever reaching more than, I don't know, 300 soldier points. So it's less than we had previously. I don't know. All right. Pandorans, okay, for Pandorans, this literally made me like, what? You gave them what? Tritons will be able to use priest weapons, viral weapons. Whatever, go for it. You deserve it. But new acid mortar Chiron body part. Remember the Chiron? If it had artillery, you are absolutely already wasted. It was like it should. Even if you are invisible, they just hear, oh, you are somewhere there, and then you are being absolutely smashed. So it was already a problem. Now, there are some other Chirons, probably that previously had just the worms. Now they're launching acid on you. Acid from the sky. I'm speechless, like, yeah, we have armor shredding weapons. Yeah, but you have literally raining acid. That's not it. New normal elite acid grenade launcher body parts for Athrons. They will not only destroy you by launchers, but also just launch acid. And normal elite viral machine guns. Viral machine gun launcher. Like what? What game? Why you hate us so much? I don't know. Maybe the grenade launcher will be like, I don't know, 10 acid, 20 acid. Okay. But as far as I know, as far as we've seen, they absolutely are giving super powered weapons and just laughing how they destroy player soldiers. We'll see how that viral machine gun works. Maybe it absolutely disables your player. It's just terrorized for, of course, for one turn, but then the next turn it's terrorized again because viral. Okay, why you gave them such? Okay. Be grateful. Thank you. Phoenix base attacks. You will now have minimum 12 hours to prepare and respond to attack on one of your bases. Again, I will say thank you, but not only base attacks are the problem. The problem is when there's Haven attacked and it literally is none of your ships can fly over in time. So this update, thank you. Again, I will just mention, I'm not bragging on easy playing. I had never ever not a single base being under attack. So for me, this point is literally pointless. Because I believe there will be Haven attacked and I'm like, oh, I'm a little bit too far away, so you will be absolutely destroyed. So, what I'm saying, this base increased the time that you can respond on attacks should be not only in Phoenix base, but also for Havens. Alright, stealth. Enemies are revealed in 5-tile radius if they are in line of sight. Okay. Attacking without silent weapon reveals the actor if not in line of sight. So I think this is a way they are trying to fix the 100% absolutely invisible soldiers. And again, if you have a crossbows and silenced weapons, maybe we can have silenced weapons others as well, then you are still invisible, which is pretty nice. And I think, yeah, this enemy is revealed. There's not said if that works also in Vanish. I believe not, which means the tactic with using every time Vanish, recover, Vanish, move, kill, Vanish, Vanish, Vanish will be still there, and probably not a single thing changed, at least from the patch notes it seems so. Faction and mission. Okay, there are a few interesting parts there. New sub-faction is Forsaken. Appears after Anno researches the mutation tech. Can have all classes Anno have unlocked. Can have all weapons Anno, Disciples of Anno, have unlocked. Okay, and the missions. Forsaken can appear in Haven attack missions of all factions. They can appear in scavenging mission and ambushes. Anno, New Jericho and Synedrion can appear in scavenging and ambush missions if at bad relations with the Phoenix project and if Havens are close to the site. So one more point for better being friendly than hostile with factions, just how I see it. So there are now there are Forsaken appearing, and also other factions can appear in scavenging and ambush missions, which previously was like, yeah, throw even more. And remember, they are not a case where they are helping you. There's just the case when you have bad relationships. So when everything is good, you're friendly, you're absolutely amazing with them, they're like, okay, you can fight yourself. But if they are at war with you, they will come and help your enemies. Reduce the rate of attacks, so they will not constantly fight each other, which was absolutely at one point when they start war between factions. It was like, oh my god, just stop. All right, last point. Enable rebindable keys. Thank you. And also we have bug fixes. So for bug fixes, this is something interesting. 3 hang fixes for using electric reinforcement on certain maps. When loading certain saves from Microsoft Store platform, and when skill uses Mist Bomb ability. 3 particular points when the game hang. Now it's fixed. Cool, thank you. Fixed an issue where facilities were powered off after loading a save. Thank you, this is mentioned. I hate it so much when you load. Suddenly some of the facilities are powered off. Go manually and enable them back. Now it's fixed. Fixed an issue where exit zone was sometimes placed in the middle of map. Okay, haven't seen it, but thank you for fixing that. Fixed an issue where adrenaline rush effect were duplicated when loading a save in tactical layer. Yes, so literally there were a lot of bugs in favor of players when you save tactical mission and the same save just load. After loading, some weird glitches happened. Sometimes the points were returned, sometimes you could duplicate the effects of adrenaline rush. Now it's mostly fixed. Alright guys, thank you for watching. It was absolutely amazing. Let me down in the comment section. Wow, how you find amazing this new absolutely everything shreds everything? And how the acid weapons work. I am going to test it myself, of course, as well, but I am interested in your opinions, what you think about this balance, because it's a huge update. And thank you Snapshot Games for releasing. Everyone waited it. Maybe the game is now in proper way. Easy difficulty is easier, hard is still hard. Armor is not absolutely just destroying the game balance. Now we can shred it. So I think maybe the game is good to play. Let me know in the comment section, and thank you for watching. We will meet in next videos. Thank you. Cheers.